excellence. Saturday night, we closed the door as Showtime Boxing had put down what has been a phenomenal run, enhancing the sport, big-time matchups, showcasing some of the best fighters on this planet. And we're gonna do it at the historic Armory here in downtown Minneapolis. This recently renovated, refurbished venue is beautiful and has really become a hotbed for boxing here lately. And it will be our third visit this year here to Minneapolis, and of course our final visit as well. The final broadcast is going to come your way Saturday, 9 o'clock Eastern Time, 8 o'clock Central Time, of course that's 6 o'clock Pacific. And we're going to bring you a 4-fight card, and it's presented by Premier Boxing Champions. This card is being promoted by TGB Promotions, Warriors Boxing. Tickets for this event on sale now. They can be purchased at the Armory. You can get them at armorymn.com. You can also get them through Ticketmaster as well. Let's talk about the main event. You got the unbeaten Minneapolis fan favorite. He's made this city his adopted home, David Morrell Jr. And he's going to take on that knockout artist himself, Seno Agneko, who's promoted by Dimitri Salita. The co-main, we got some exciting young contenders. Prime time, Chris Colbert, he's back, and so is Rayo, Jose Valenzuela. This is a rematch, folks. A rematch after really a controversial fight they first had back in March. Before that, a world title fight. The WBC flyweight world champion, Julio Cesar Martinez, defends his belt against the unbeaten contender, Angelino Cordova. And we'll begin the night with a special attraction rematch. We got former world champions, Robert the Ghost Guerrero, taking on Andre Berto. Of course, these two first met back in 2012. Let's talk about the fights with these guys, get their thoughts, and we'll begin with the fight. Special attraction, rematch, two former welterweight champions. 2012, Robert Guerrero won that fight by unanimous decision. Let me start with the Ghost, Robert Guerrero, former 2-division world champion. 37, 6-1, 20 knockouts on his record. Taking on Andre Berto, former Olympian, welterweight champion, 32-5, 24 knockouts to his record. Dre, I'll start with you. I know a number of people are going to say, you've been away from the sport for a little bit. Why? Why? Why come back? Why against Robert Guerrero?
You know, this is a fight that, of course, I mean, just anybody that follows me or just know me, I mean, like I said, they always know I stay in shape. You know, I stay working, but like I said, this is a situation, this is a fight that I feel like that I've always just need to get back. You know, I mean, same thing with the Ortiz fight. I felt like, and I knew that I wasn't, 100% like I needed to be going into that fight, and it showed. I wasn't 100% at all. I shouldn't even step into the ring that night when I fought Robert, and it showed. So I'm more like a, I'm on a revenge tour right now before I leave this game. So like I said, Robert's a great fighter, of course. He did what he did, but like I said, I'm hungry for this one. you know, I still sleep at night and, you know what I mean, just think about, like situations from that time. I mean, from that fight back then. And like I said, I got to get this one back before I leave. So I'm hungry for it. And shit, like I said, we had a hell of a training camp. So we're ready to get it.
Robert, I'll say the same thing to you. I mean, you won the fight last time. Why?
Well, he's hungry. I gotta feed him. Right? Got a lot of them coming, baby. Got to, baby. Got to.
Robert, let me ask you this. You were right in his chest that first fight.
Yep.
You gave him nothing but pressure. Tell us, why will this fight be any different then?
Well, we're older now. Things change, man. But like my old man always told me, older the bull, stiffer the horn. I'm ready to go.
I like that.
Sound that I love it.
Dre, if that's the case,
I love it.
listen, this was 11 years ago when you guys fought. Obviously, you guys were right there in your prime. You didn't beat him then. Tell us why you think you're going to beat him now.
Like I said, I walked in that ring that night, to be honest, I was a dead man that night. I shouldn't have walked in the ring that night at all. I had a lot of different things that happened through training camp. Of course, just mentally I wasn't in the right space, coming off that loss of Victor Ortiz, just health-wise. I mean, like I said, I wasn't there at all. I only gained 4 pounds after the weigh-ins. Just dealing with a lot of different things that I didn't speak about then, and it showed. And then, even then, shit, he barely beat me, to be honest. I mean, both of my eyes were swollen after I think second or third round, and I really just couldn't see. And, but like I said, I'm not taking anything from Robert, because Robert's, like I said, he's a beast. He's been doing this thing for a long time, and he won. He did what he did that night. You know what I mean? And, but like I said, but now, even at 40, you know what I mean? I'm feeling like a beast right now. I'm focused, in great shape. And like I said, man, like I said, my man Flick already know we had a hell of a training camp. I didn't pull any punches. I had nothing but young studs in that camp, pushing me, you know what I mean, every day. All my sparring partners were probably 20, 21 years old. You know what I mean? I turned pro when they were born. You know what I mean? But they was in there pushing me each and every day. And like I said, man, we're a lot older right now. But it comes with a lot of experience and a lot of focus and dedication. And like I said, like those last few years off, I think was great for me, because now I just feel I feel good, I feel fresh, and just the motivations that I end up having kids too within that time. I know I had them kind of late, but you know what I mean. But like I said, we're ready, man. We're ready to go, man. I'm looking forward to it, and like I said, I got a lot of respect for Robert.
Hey man, that's good, bro. You're ready, because no more excuses. All right.
Pops, I get in there and get it. You know me.
No more excuses.
Regardless, I get in there and get it,
No more
Pops.
excuses.
Well,
Pops, I get in there and get it. You know that.
The last time we fought, he was,
Excuses are for the girls.
Okay.
hey,
Okay. Listen,
Hey.
no excuses. He wasn't that one that first fight. Period.
Hey,
He
no-
wasn't that one that first fight. He did what he had to do.
yeah, the last time we fought, I was really a 135 pounder, fighting at 47. And now I've been at welterweight for a long time now, so kind of built into it. So it's gonna be a lot different. It's gonna be a lot different match now.
That's good.
A lot different match, and I know you're ready. I know you're in Vegas. I was in Vegas.
Yeah.
We were all out there running, doing health training.
I know.
I got a lot of respect for you, Berto.
Definitely.
And it's time, man.
That's it.
So let me ask you.
It's time to do it again, and I'm excited about it.
Definitely.
Let me ask you this, Robert. You know how this sports is. There are a lot of pessimistic guys in this sport and who write about it, talk about it. Berto hasn't fought since 2018. You haven't fought since 2021. Give the people who are watching this press conference right now the main reason they need to watch Showtime Championship Boxing on Saturday and watch you guys as you have this rematch here some years later.
Yeah.
Well, if you know Robert Guerrero, we come for war.
That's it.
We come to go all the time, no matter what. We're gonna make it happen, and that's just what we do. My last name in English means warrior, and that's what we are. We're warriors.
And the same thing with me, like I said, just coming in. This is going to be a hell of a fight. You understand me? I mean, of course, like I said, we have a great card already. But like I said, this is the last show of Showtime. It's a historic event. And like I said, me and Robert, we've been doing our thing now for, I don't know, probably like, it's almost like 20 years now, you know, this pro game. And we have a lot to prove. We got a lot to prove to try to finish out this Showtime card. So it's going to be an explosive fight. It's going to be explosive. It's going to be an explosive card, period. But like I said, just me and him, we're definitely going to get it in. Definitely going to get it in to open up this card, for sure.
And Robert, we'll wrap it up with you because, as Andre just pointed out, you guys have a long, extensive history when it comes to Showtime. I mean, you guys started on Showbox. Yeah. What does it mean to you to close out the last card on Showtime Championship Boxing?
I'm enjoying it. You know, I mean, it's an honor. It's an honor to be closing out Showtime. I'm excited about it. I can't wait to get out there, put on a show, and you know, this is history in the making right here. The last Showtime card. I'm excited about it. So it's time. We got ready, trained hard. Hey, I know it's Mount Charleston every day in Las Vegas. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to go, man. You know, you're running at that 10,000, 11,000 feet elevation. I can't wait. You know, it was worth the 45-minute drive every day to go out there and run.
Yeah, trust, I know about it.
That's good stuff. That's the first fight that opens the night on Saturday night here on Showtime Championship Boxing. And then the next fight that comes your way, it is a world title fight. You've got Julio Cesar Martinez. He's the WBC flyweight champion who is in transit here. He will be here later today. So don't worry. 20-1, 15 knockouts, 2 no contests on his record. But he's taking on the unbeaten challenger, Angelino Cordova. 18-0 and 1, 12 knockouts. Angelino, and we have Martin Bader here as well, who will do the translation. Listen, from a competitive standpoint, without question, Martinez, the champion, by far the best opponent that you've ever faced. Tell the people why you're ready for this challenge, number 1, and number 2, ready to fight for the world title.
Bueno, Martínez va a ser el oponente más difícil que hayas tenido en tu carrera lejos. Entonces, contanos, ¿por qué estás listo para este desafío y por qué crees que estás listo para esta pelea que puedes ganar?
Primero que nada, agradecido con Dios por estar en este lugar, en este momento, compartiendo con todos ustedes. Y en referencia a lo que me estás preguntando, me he preparado toda mi vida para este momento y pues me siento bien y me siento preparado y vine preparado.
Well, first of all, I need to thank God for being here with you guys, for sharing this moment with all of you. And to answer your question, it comes down to me feeling ready. I feel ready. I've been waiting for this my whole entire life. So how can I not be eager to fight and to, you know, to be ready for this challenge?
Angelino, there are currently no world champions right now from Venezuela. What would it mean to you to win the world title on the last Showtime Championship card and currently be the only person from Venezuela as a world champion?
Angelino, no hay campeones mundiales venezolanos en la actualidad. ¿Qué significaría para vos el obtener ese título mundial, el ser el único campeón mundial venezolano en la última pelea que se transmite por Showtime, una cartelera histórica?
Oye, sería de verdad algo muy grande, primero para mi carrera y para Venezuela y para la historia del boxeo.
It will be something huge for my career, for my country of Venezuela, and for boxing history as well. So it will mean a lot to me.
Angelino, we'll wrap it up with this. The champion, Martinez, told the boxing scene, I've made 6 successful title defenses. On Saturday, I will stop him and make 7. You tell us why you will beat the champion then.
Martínez le dijo a Boxing Scene que por algo él es el campeón, que defendió su título 6 veces y que lo va a hacer de vuelta con vos por 7ª vez, que te va a noquear y va a ganar esa pelea. ¿Qué tendrías que responderle a él?
Bueno, eso es muy importante lo que tengo que responderle. Que la pelea es el día sábado y en el ring es que se ve la pelea. Eso es simplemente lo que le voy a responder. Que el ring echará chispa, el ring será testigo. No creo en palabras. El ring le dará la respuesta.
I don't believe in just saying what I'm going to do. I believe in doing what I'm going to do inside the ring. You're going to see sparks inside the four corners, and it's going to be a great fight. You're going to see me be my best, and he's going to realize that it's not just talking the talk, it's about walking the walk. That's what I plan to do.
That will be the second fight of the night. World title fight that you'll see Saturday on Showtime Championship Boxing as we come to a close at the Armory. And then we get to another rematch. And this is a fight I think a number of people have been waiting on. It first went down in March. Chris Colbert pulling out what some believe was a controversial decision. Prime time, Chris Colbert, 17-1, 6 knockouts, taking on Rayo, Jose Valenzuela, 12-2. He's got 8 knockouts. Prime time, I'll start with you. Jose told the boxing scene, quote, he was forced into this rematch. He really didn't want it. Is that true?
First of all, I'd like to thank God. I'd like to thank my team, Showtime, Al Heyman, for giving me this opportunity to showcase my skills again on Showtime, the last card. And to what he said, I'm not forced him to do nothing. I don't got no motherfucking boss. I'm my own boss. How am I forced him to do something? I had 2 options, but I chose this one. I could have sat down and waited for the winner of Robert Gutierrez and Lamont Roach. But why would I do that? I'm tired of hearing him talk. I'm one of these fighters that I've always been a person to prove myself. If you look at my resume, I've always been proving myself time after time after time. Undefeated fighter, undefeated fighter. I came back and I fought him. He a live dog. Like I said in the interview, I don't like him as a person because he's a bitch and he been crying. You know, he's a sore loser, but as a fighter, I respect him because he gonna come to fight. I give credit when it's due. I'm no hater. He gonna come to fight. So I was not forced into this. I did it because I want to prove to the world and his fans that say he won, why he didn't win. And this time I'm gonna come and dominate. And I want him to stop crying and crying and crying and crying and take his loss like a man.
Ryo, when you look at that first fight, you did drop Chris in that first round.
And then do shit with it. He dropped me.
Biggest lesson you learned from that first fight, taking into the second fight?
Just keep my foot on the gas. I think it was pretty clear to everybody that I won. He said I'm a bum fighter, but it looked like it looked in there like he was getting jumped. Everything happens for a reason. We're back again. And I'm happy.
Chris, you had to certainly go through the fire in that first fight. You certainly ended that fight strong. What do you have to do Saturday to come away with, let's say, a more convincing victory?
No, you know what they say, right? It's not about how you started, how you finished. You dropped me in the first round, in the first 30 seconds, and didn't finish me. That says a lot about you as a fighter.
He was going back to your corner every round.
That says a lot. It don't matter. Every round I stood up. What do you mean going back? I was standing up every round.
Oh,
you talking
from
about?
rope to
I
rope.
stood up
Getting
every
beat up.
round, and you let me
Every
apply
round too.
pressure during the fight. You let me apply pressure and walk me
Every
down.
round you was walking
You
to
let
the
me
corner
apply
like
pressure. You gotta understand. That's the thing. You
Shut
don't know
up.
boxing. You had good spurts. You landed good shots.
You could have hit me
and
with
then
one.
you tired.
You could have hit me with
And then
one
you
right
tired.
hand. You could have hit
And
me
then
with
I
one
landed
right
so
hand.
many jabs. Come on,
You didn't
stop-
have one
stop
flush right
crying.
hand.
Saturday now we make you
Double
stop crying
jab is
like a
all
little
you
bitch.
had.
You gonna have 3 losses.
Okay,
you
we're
better-
gonna
you
see.
quit.
We're gonna see. I'm gonna put your
I
ass in
promise
the
you.
dirt. I'm gonna put your ass in the dirt. Watch.
Please.
Yeah, we're gonna see.
Please.
We're gonna see.
Please. Because I've been thinking about another job just in case you do.
Yeah, well,
Please.
you better apply. You better apply.
Don't worry, I'm be hiring. You can work for me after. I got a couple of businesses you can work at. Anyone you want, pick it.
Chris, Ryo, he's talked about this in some interviews. You just heard him then. Look, he said, he should have finished you then, but he will finish you in this fight.
He cannot do that. He don't know how to do that. He had 2 minutes and 30 seconds to finish me in the first round.
Anybody that get knocked down in a fight like the way I got knocked down in the first round in 30 seconds is supposed to be gone.
Hey man, look, all I'm gonna say is
He's a cub. This
I made
nigga's
the
a cub.
adjustments I had
Stop
to
crying.
make.
Stop fucking crying so much, saying you won. Stop dwelling.
We're gonna let
You
the
lost.
clown have
What's
the
on your
circus.
record?
Let the
What's
clown
on your
have the
record?
circus.
A win or a loss? What's on your record?
Hey man,
All right.
this Saturday I'm gonna knock your
Saturday
ass
night
out.
you're gonna see it
This
again.
Saturday I'm gonna knock your ass out. I made the adjustments I had to make. You know, had a great tremendous
Whatever you want to put on it, we
training
can.
camp. You know, I got my runs in Big Bear, high elevation.
Yeah, you
Saturday I'm not gonna take
lead
my
your
foot off the
team.
gas.
This is what you do. He's one of these fighters that he lose, he blame it on the team, he blame it on everybody but himself. You nobody go in there and fight
Saturday
for you.
we gonna see.
Win.
We
What's
ain't
your
gotta
fighter
do no
name?
more talking.
When your fighter beat me, I took
All
that
that
as a man on
talking,
the
shut
chin.
up, shut
I
up.
took
You a
my
bum.
win.
You a
I took
bum.
my losses the way I take my
All
win.
that talk,
I'm a
man. I ain't
bum.
going back and forth with you, man.
You the one that's a
I ain't
bum
going
with two
back and forth
losses,
with you. You
nigga.
lost. You a bitch.
Jose, let me ask you this then. After you won, you came out of the box smoking. Won your first 12 fights. You've now
They got
dropped.
stopped.
You've now dropped 2 straight.
Fucking bum.
How do you end that streak on Saturday and get back to the
Stop.
winning side?
I'm
Somebody
gonna
got
knock this
beat up.
clown out, man. I'm gonna knock this clown out. It's over for him.
Please,
He's it.
please.
He's it.
You got
He know
stopped.
that. He's scared. I can see it in his eye. He's scared. Shaking
If
like
I
a
was
bitch.
scared, why would I take the fight?
You got forced into it. You had plans. What'd you say after the fight? What'd you say in the
No,
press
no.
conference? He said, hell no. He had plans to go fight Hector Garcia. They told you
I
otherwise.
just told you what happened. They told me I could either sit around and wait
And the
or
fans got
fight
on
you.
your
Why would I
ass
sit around and wait?
too. It's all,
Nigga.
look, it's all, what, you know,
Why
we
would I
gonna
sit
see
around and
Saturday.
wait?
We
When
gonna
I
see
can come back and
Saturday.
beat you again.
Oh, well, we gonna see.
Let me tell you something. We will have some
Why?
electricity in here. Maybe cold Minneapolis gonna be hot inside that armory. When these two get back into the ring, I'm telling you, this is the rematch.
I'm gonna give him the ass beat he been
wants to
begging
see.
for, begging and crying for.
Everybody wants to see this fight. And then we get, and that's the co-main. Now we get to the main event. And we got 2 cats
Don't swallow your mom.
who can fight.
Mama will knock your ass out.
Okay.
What you want to put on it? What you want to put on it?
I'll put on my
I put 50,000 on it. You won't?
Look, hold on,
Put
hold
$50,000
on.
on
He
it
went,
right now.
he went on
Let's put
social
that.
media. Hold on, let me talk.
No,
he
we
went on
here
social
face to
media.
face. Let's talk about it.
He talked about let's make a post.
We
Hold
talking
on.
about it right now.
I
We talking about
responded
social
to
media.
it. He
We talking about
deleted
here.
it. Why'd you delete it?
Social
Nah,
media deleted
Nah,
my
you
post.
deleted
I
it.
cursed.
You,
I cursed
shut up.
called
You
you a
bluffing
bitch.
ass. You bluffing ass.
We here
Why'd you
right
delete
now.
it?
Put 50,000 on
It
it.
ain't where you want to, man.
Talking. This nigga's
Yeah.
a punk.
Why'd you delete it?
Cup.
Why'd you
Don't
delete
fucking
it?
believe in himself, nigga. I believe in myself, nigga. You all
He
talk,
deleted. He
nigga.
deleted his post. 'cause
50,000
he's
right
scared.
now.
Let's do it. Woo.
Shake on it.
Let's do it.
Shake on it. Knock me out. 50,000, please. All right.
Believe that.
Yeah, believe that.
I'm gonna knock
Let's
your
see
ass
this,
out.
please.
All right. Have a seat, have a seat, have
All
a
right,
seat.
you get tough. This tough. This press conference talk. We gonna see Saturday, punk ass nigga.
Yeah, we gonna see.
And if you don't have my money, niggas gonna be wearing shit.
Shit. Hold on. My niggas gonna be
That's
there.
my soul.
Co-main.
Nobody you with. nigga.
That's the co-main. Now we get to the main event. All right, main event. David Morrell Jr.
5,000 for me, I have the bigger.
But I just got this jacket. Don't be messing with my jacket, John. All right, here we go. David Morrell Jr. 9-0. He's got 8 knockouts. WBA interim super middleweight champion. Oh, he's got his hands full though. Seno Agneko. 28-2. 22 knockouts. He has won 4 straight fights.
Maybe 5. Maybe 3, yeah, who knows?
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe 5.
No, right. Seno, no one, in all honesty, no one has been calling out David Morrell Jr. You haven't really seen that at all, mentioning his name. But you wanted this fight since April.
Yes.
You finally get it. Get it? You tell us why you wanted this fight so much where others have not wanted to fight this man.
The way I've always pictured myself in the super middleweight division, I've always had the mindset of being, the top guy, getting to the top and becoming champion. And once you become champion, pretty much the whole world has their eyes set on you. So I'm like, okay, I want to be that guy now. I want to face everybody. I want to face everybody that everybody thinks is, the best. So I had that mindset from the get-go. Now the thing about Morrell, of course, we're all fighters. We're all on the same path. I can't hate a man who's on the same mission as me. We all wanted to become world champions, you know. We actually both are mental health advocates. He supports autism, I support, you know, ADHD, people with severe anxiety, depression, and whatnot. But the incident, you know, that led up to the fight, you know, that led up to the supposed fight in April, you know, it was very shady. And I don't think the man himself, I don't think Morrell is afraid of me. And I'm not afraid of him either. I don't think he's afraid of me. But I think that somebody somewhere thought at the time that he was not ready. And they went to great extents. They went to a great extent to make sure that that fight didn't happen. Like, it's crazy that, okay, a radiologist sees a little speck on my scan, right? And then he just puts it out there. He's inconclusive in his analysis. He doesn't say that, okay, if this guy has a problem, he can go ahead with a fight. He just says that, I think it might be a 1 millimeter aneurysm. So the commission is like, okay, we need a second opinion. And I'm like, okay, so I go see a neurosurgeon. This guy has 3 decades of experience. This guy looks at brain scans all day. I walk into the office, he looks at me like I'm wasting his time. So he's like, he looks at the scan, he's like, yo, I don't see said aneurysm. I don't see said spot that radiologist claims he saw. There's no spot there. And even if there was a 1 millimeter aneurysm that was measured, like he said, there's no chance of any rupture from trauma, from being hit in the head. So immediately, of course, I presented my report to the commission, and the commission declined to review anything. Now, what's funny about this is I was actually concerned for my health. I was like, okay, if this is true, this is concerning. So I immediately flew back to Nashville. My team and I put together an MRI plan and an MRI test, a new test. I saw a neurologist, we had a test and everything, and then I presented the new results to the commission, and immediately I was granted my license. But this was a week and a half too late after the fact. So it's clear that there was a grand plan to get me out of that fight on April 21st. I don't know if the plan was to bring me to Minneapolis, which is his hometown, where they might think he might have an advantage, but at the time it worked well. They got me off the cart, but clearly somebody didn't want me to fight him on April 22nd. But I fought, you know, he fought to get out of Cuba, to get here. It doesn't mean he hates Cuba, you know, and I fought to get this fight back, you understand, because I deserved it. And initially there was a lot of feelings of anger and hate, but all of those feelings have now turned into gratitude. You know, I'm grateful to the universe, and honestly, I'm grateful to him and his team for accepting the fight.
And so it begs the question then, what is it that you saw in this guy that others have said, maybe too dangerous?
It's not about what I saw in him, it's what I see in myself. It's more about that. I see, you know, a guy that's very capable of being at the top of the game. There's so much that I've done, you know, that people have chose to ignore. And I just wanted a chance, you know, the stage. I've always said, I feel like I'm the best, I just need the stage to prove it. So it's a lot of pressure that I'm putting on myself. He probably thinks that, you know, him and his team, you know, I've trained with Ronnie Shields, his coach in the past. He's a wonderful, great coach, great person, by the way. I've trained with him 3 camps. We just never got to fight. But I truly believe that, you know, they think that I'm just sheep coming to the slaughterhouse. They just don't know that this is a wolf in sheep's clothing. So we'll see.
Champ, let me ask you this. Obviously, Martin Vader will do translation. It seems from Seno that maybe not you, but members of your camp didn't want Seno and wanted you to go a different route. And now he's got the fight, and he's like, you can't deny me now, and we're going to do it in your backyard. Was that the case? Was there something about Seno, maybe let's say in April, that you guys said, I don't know if you're ready for that test yet?
Bueno, en resumen para lo que dijo Sena, es que él cree que hubo algún tipo de plan, no de vos, de parte de tu equipo, de alguien de tu equipo, que quería eludir la pelea en abril, que no pensaban que estabas listo, entonces inventaron toda una cosa que hizo que él tenga que revisarse y preocuparse por su salud, y entonces, o sea, ¿qué opinas de lo que dijo? O sea, ¿hubo de alguna manera algún mensaje de que no estaba listo en ese entonces, pero sí ahora para pelear frente a tu gente acá en Minneapolis?
First, thank you everybody for coming. Thank you, Morrell Jr. and my team for this opportunity. The last fight, Showtime. No, o sea, no se me dio, no se me dio absolutamente, lo que se nos dio fue que Seno había tenido un problema en el doctor en la cabeza, que no había podido darse la pelea, pero en ninguno de los momentos yo nunca estuve ready en abril. Si fue uno de mis mejores training camp, o sea, está hablando cosas que literalmente no tienen ni sentido lo que está diciendo.
Sena, with all due respect, it doesn't make any sense what you're saying. I was genuinely concerned about what they said about your head injury. I had one of my best training camps ever ahead of April, so there is no truth in me not being ready or whatever. I was ready.
En serio, que le dé gracias a Dios que ese training camp no peleó conmigo.
¿Qué cosa?
Que le dé gracias a Dios que en ese momento no se dio la pelea.
Oh, you ought to thank God that he didn't fight you back then.
Well, it's not a problem.
It's okay. Now I'm killing you now, bro.
I'm glad. I feel
I
like
promise you. You are not talking shit, so now I'm not talking shit too.
I
You know,
feel
Silence
like
is saying
I
killing
feel
you,
like
nigga, for
I
what? 100%
got a chance
Yeah, not
to
talking
even
about
better
promise.
prepare this time around. So it's not a problem at all. You know, the thing is, he can say what he wants. He's the fighter. You understand? But at the end of the day, his handlers thought they know better, you know, and they did things, you know, to that effect. You understand? And this is what you guys don't know. This is what you guys don't know. The guy. No, listen. The guy who they signed, the guy who eventually fought, right? Do you know that they had him? He said this. He said this in an interview that they had signed him even before they signed. They signed him to fight him, even before I signed the contract, 40 days before. And they flew him from Brazil. He was actually in Florida. So it was this orchestrated plan to bring him in on short notice and then make sure that, okay, he had a great performance on the card.
Yeah,
exactly. But I
fight-
mean, it's it's boxing politics. You
So-
understand? But at the end of the day,
It's fight time
I'm just
now.
happy
Fuck all
that
that.
I got the
It's fight
opportunity.
time.
That's why I said that I'm happy that I'm here,
Yeah.
and that's all that matters. Come Saturday night, that's all. I have this opportunity.
My
I'm
boy
grateful.
can
Not many
preach.
fighters get to get here. It's been a long 15 years, and I'm here.
So Sena, let me ask you this.
Amen.
I was reading about the testify. I was reading about this fight, and in it, you told reporters, quote, "I'm better than him." When you were talking about David Morrell Jr., is it you believe your experience? Is it the power? What is it that you?
I believe it's a little bit of everything: the experience, just my ring IQ, and also the power. And I'm gonna put all that together beautifully come Saturday night.
David,
What's up?
when we talk about the super middleweight division, it's probably one of the most exciting, best divisions in boxing. Granted, there is an undisputed champion at the top, right? Right there is another David. And his name goes by the Mexican Monster. But my question to you is, because when you ask him, he says he is the most avoided and the best fighter in the super middleweight division. Are you the most avoided, best David in the super
I
middleweight?
mean, obviously he's not the most avoided. I've been calling him out, so he can't be the most avoided. No one wants to fight. I mean, no one's calling out Benavidez. I'm calling him out, so he's not the most avoided. So that pretty much answers the question.
No, yeah, right, Brian. I mean, now I'm focused like him. Stop. I'm sorry, like bro, for what I'm focused on Beko, like my mind, my team, my body, my mentality, like everything is focused like tomorrow, fresh like Saturday 16 like second, you know. But man, I know I know that the best David and the best nothing. You know, everybody say like the Benavidez, the Mexican monster, like whatever, like the Terminator. You know, like before I determined him, after I'm coming for Benavidez, like him will say no one in fight. Okay, it's okay. I'm wait. I have 25 years old. Anyways, you know.
Got it. Sena?
But now I'm coming for him.
Got it. Yes, sir.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah.
Bro, you see me what?
We'll see in the ring, December 16th.
No, I'm here. You don't wait for the ring.
Come on, man.
Yeah.
Be
We'll
civil.
wait for the ring.
You want to be
Yeah,
civil?
yeah,
Come on.
You'll get paid
Like
right here.
Nah, it's okay. No worry.
Yeah, I'm not worried.
No worry.
I've never been
No
worried.
worry.
I'm not worried at all. Don't worry. I'm not
What?
Anyway, the Christmas is for you. The knockout. It's my gift for you. My present. Yeah, for what?
All right, we'll see. All right.
Yeah.
Seno, what would it mean to you to close out Showtime Championship Boxing with a win over this man in his adopted hometown?
I mean, this will be like the culmination of everything that I've ever dreamed of. You know, I started boxing. I'm one of the longest, like, you know, pros in the longest, you know, still active at this level pros in the game. It's been a long 12 years. You know, and I spent 10 of those years in the U.S. Coming here, my first 4 years, I only had one fight. But I trained the whole time like I was training for a world championship fight every single time. So it's been a long and a hard road. I've had a lot of adversity, but I've pulled through it, you know, and to be able to win the fight Saturday night means everything to me. I'll be adding my name to a long line of great champions from Ghana. You know, there's Zuma Nelsons, like Cortez, my namesake Joseph Agbeko, you know, Joshua Claude and all that. So my goal is to put my name, you know, etch my name in history, in at least Ghanaian history. And ultimately my goal is to become, you know, one of the best fighters to ever come out of Africa. So next up is David Morrell. Obviously he's a formidable opponent. Despite everything, you know, I have a lot of respect for him as a fighter. But come Saturday night, I want to have that respect. It's about going in and taking what I think should be mine. So it is what it is. I'll give him this respect. You know, at the end of the day, again, I can never hate another fighter or disrespect another fighter because we literally have the same dream. You understand? To be world champion. So I can't hate you. I just have to do my job. It's business. It's never personal.
David, obviously this is going to be a special night. It's a special night, obviously, because it's the last one on Showtime Championship Boxing, but it's also special because your mother, your father from Cuba, coming to see you fight in person for the first time. How special is this coming Saturday night for you?
Man, now like I feel great. You know, it's a big opportunity for me. The last fight is Showtime, like it's an honor. You know, the first and the second, like, I'm so excited that my family coming here. Like the first time that they watch me, like on the live, you know. So the first time they watching like the knockout, like, you know, too close. So it's great. I mean, it's amazing. So I'm really excited. Like I think it's my time. It's my moment. It's my moment that for everything. I'm really hungry. The boxing, man. Like I want everything. I want CTA and like whatever weight. You know, like I'm ready like for everything.
We'll wrap it up with this, David. What's the message you're trying to send to the super middleweight division come Saturday night?
Man, it's the same the last time. You know, I'm ready for everybody. Like I know how to excuse. Like, you know, I know say like different people like say no. I don't see no anybody like you say, hey man, fight me. No, maybe next year or you fight first or whatever or you know. So and my team like first God no excuse, like no say no anybody. You know, I mean, so my message this Saturday night is like I'm ready for like whatever time you call me, man. Like I say yes, I don't say no for anybody.
You want all the smoke. I love it. There you go, folks. That's what we have as we wrap up 37 years on Showtime Championship Boxing Saturday night at the Armory. Broadcast begins, an historic broadcast, 9 o'clock Eastern Time, 8 o'clock Central Time here in Minneapolis. That is 6 o'clock Pacific Time on the West. You don't want to miss it. We got a 4-fight card that comes your way, all brought to you by Premier Boxing Champions, being promoted by TGB Promotions, Warriors Boxing, and of course Dimitri Salita, who is promoting Seno Agneko as well. You can get your tickets at the Armory. You can get them through Ticketmaster. You can get them at armorymn.com. We'll begin the night with former world champions, a rematch. The Ghost, Robert Guerrero, Andre Berto.
Yes, sir.
They will start the night. And then we have a world title fight. The WBC flyweight world champion, Julio Cesar Martinez, defending against the unbeaten contender, Angelino Cordova. And then we get the rematch of rematches. we get prime time back on Showtime. Chris Colbert taking on Rayo, Jose Valenzuela. The rematch. And then we get to the main event. You get the WBA Interim World Champion, the unbeaten David Morrell Jr. taking on the knockout artist himself, Seno Agneko. It all comes your way Saturday night. Showtime Championship Boxing. I want to thank everybody who has been tuning in, watching. Guys, let's face off and let's start with the first fight of the night. First fight of the night, Ghost and Andre Burgo. Yes, sir. Here we go. First fight of the night comes your way. Special attraction, two former world champions. Andre Berto, former Olympian, former welterweight champion, against the former two-division world champion, Robert the Ghost Morrell.
Let's go, baby. See you, Blake.
All right, guys, turn cameras to the back, guys.
Two former world champions starting tonight on Showtime Championship Boxing.
Andre, all the way in the back. All the way straight in the back. Now down here in the first row in the middle, please. Look at Amanda.
Over here, over here.
Right to Amanda, guys. All right. You got Amanda?
One more over here.
Thank you, guys.
Man, I know you want to.
Berto, Guerrero, the rematch. Opens the night on Showtime Championship Boxing. Next, we have the world title fight. The WBC flyweight champion Julio Cesar Martinez taking on the unbeaten Angelino Cordova.
Down here, Angelina. Angelina. All right, that's good. Gracias. All right, guys. Behind the tape.
And now we get the rematch. Two exciting contenders. Prime time. Chris Colbert. Rayo. Jose Valenzuela. The rematch. First fight was back in March.
All right, guys.
Colbert victorious. Now they fight it out in the rematch.
All the way in the back, guys. Chris, all the way in the back, please. All the way in the back. Up top, Jose, all the way in the back. And now down to the first row.
Chris
First row in the
Colbert.
middle for Amanda.
Rayo, Jose Valenzuela. It's the rematch that we've all been waiting
All
for.
right, thank you, guys.
And now the main event.
David, right for the tape.
The unbeaten Minneapolis fan favorite David Morrell Jr. taking on the knockout artist himself, Seno Agneko.
David, can we do one without the glasses? Yes. All right, turn out and face the back of the room.
These two had
guys.
originally were scheduled to fight in April. Now they finally get the fight.
All the way in the back, David.
Morrell unbeaten.
All right, now front row right here, guys. Front row. Seno, right here in the middle.
Agneko 28-2, 22 knockouts. Morrell Jr. 9-0, 8 knockouts. Agneko, promoted by Dimitri Salita.
All right, thank you guys.
This will be the main event, and Showtime closes the door on 37 years. We'll see you Saturday night. Thank you for watching, everyone. Hey, Sam, you doing the whole car?
Step back a little bit. I'm gonna get another. Come in a little. Stephen put on a pair of sports right here. One and only. Pretty spicy up there, man. I feel like you expected that, right? You guys are kind of every time you guys find a bit of spicy like that.
You know, he's a talker, so I get better talker.
Man, what was it like the first time you watched the fight? I mean, obviously that. What was it for you watching the game, kind of being like, damn, that they took me out?
I'm so frustrated.
Obviously, without giving me any details or whatever, but what stuff are you like? This got improved, that's got to improve, and then the result.
I feel like I was rushing my punches a bit. Also, my condition. I had a great camp, great condition.
I've seen you at Robert Garcia's gym. I don't think you're training with Robert, but you're training with another trainer. And, I noticed obviously Jose Benavidez is a year. Just, what happened with that situation?
Benavidez gets here tonight. He'll be there tonight. So my manager.
Jose, so he's just gonna, as a manager also?
Yeah, he'll be in the corner, but he's my shadow champion.
It's good to hear that, it's still a relationship. I don't know, Dave, you're still cool with Diego and getting those guys.
I win the Eagles fight.
Man, just looking at the fight itself, with the victory on Saturday, you said it's in the so next fight, it's a title match. What would be Ryle's like? Perfect Mr. President, on Saturday for yourself? What's the perfect scenario?
For me, it's on Monday.
When can you get the merch?
I've been busy. I've been getting my together, moving as quick as possible we can. So I haven't had a chance to get myself. It'll be out early, like maybe early next year.
Yeah, you focus on the job. Right, I appreciate your time. Tell the fans Good shit, man. Can't wait to see you do work. Brian, Texas. Talk about Showtime? Bummer, kind of. Not kind of, just fucking is. Yeah. Step a little, half step back there. There we go.
You don't wear this?
Daniel Keller is first here with the one and only Brian Custard. Man, I felt it. I don't know, I'm sure people felt it, but when you were saying kind of, the last show, it's pretty emotional, really. I feel like just us, all of us boxing fans, us personally, kind of being in the sport. What's this kind of final steps like for you?
It's kind of hard. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I kind of got emotional being up there. Knowing that it's the last one. For me, this was 10 years. And I gave, my blood, sweat, and tears. To this sport, to this network, yeah, for it to come to an end, I think it's the most important number.
It's kind of crazy to see, right, the fall of kind of the giants in the sport, like HBO, Showtime. I mean, we do have Amazon Prime, which isn't a giant, of themselves, right? But the history that Showtime has, I mean, it's what does it mean for the state of boxing?
Well, I think, for us, the irony is it's probably coming off one of our most successful years ever, financially, even from a matchup standpoint, fights. So I think the one thing that I take solace in is that, I think we've done a lot to strengthen the sport. There's a lot more legendary matchups, I think, that are on the horizon because of the matchups, especially that we brought this year. So I think that's a good thing. I think the world is changing. We have to evolve. Unfortunately, Paramount felt like combat sports wasn't in their model. But I think for others, probably streaming is probably more of the way to go because the world is looking at it. You look at the other networks, whether it be ESPN, leaning more towards that. So I guess that's the way it is, and boxing says, okay, well, if that's the way, then we're going to.
He said that.
I kind of came into this weekend thinking, I want to ask people what's their favorite Showtime fight, right? But I almost feel like I should ask what number 2 is because I feel like we all know what number 1 is, right?
I mean, you don't have to.
So 1 and 2, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, because Steve Morrell, you're always going to get that. You're always going to get that as the favorite. But I think there's so many really good. I said this. We talked about a feature we did about this one of London 90,000. We did Let's Go and Joshua here. That was an excellent fight. It was a fight of the year. Let's Go ends up retiring after that. Being at Staples Center when Fury and Deontay Wilder fought the first time, and when Wilder hit him with that combination, I thought Tyson Fury was dead. and he got up like Lazarus, and we were like, what? Oh my God, and then came back and gave him some that final 2 rounds. I mean, that was a great fight. So we've had a number of really special fights on this network that certainly proud of.
Matt, one of the we've only seen a clip of it, but I mean the Showtime also brought us the who can forget the sparring between yourself and
Oh my
Earl
God!
Spence.
Let me tell you something. That was good stuff there. That was some good stuff, and really, really good stuff. I'm mad at myself the way that especially after the Crawford fight. I'm like, well, maybe I should have gave him the business. So I'm kind of mad at myself the way I performed that night. He's just my guy, but yeah, he hurt me bad that day. But at least I gave him a good 3 rounds. And I'd like to think, and I told him this, I said, see, that's the reason why you lost to Crawford. I'm the one who gave you that good work, because he went in and he gave your Dennis Ugas the business after that. He didn't do that before the Crawford fight. He didn't want none of it. So obviously the work that I gave him then, he was like, nah, that was too much. You know what I'm saying?
He didn't prepare correctly.
Just said he had reach it,
It might have been the sparring video that Terrence, built.
He looked at that and he said, yes.
I see the holes.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Man, just looking forward, Amazon, the rumor is, Gervonta in March. I mean, it's a good, kind of first one back. I feel like, I think at this point, people are kind of talking Devin Haney now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? As I don't know about the guy, you can't, 130, 135, 140, he's clearly 140, but I mean, take Devin Haney. I mean, do you think we see that?
I do. I do think that those guys will fight. I remember we had talked to Cal before when I was doing the podcast, and he was saying, a while ago they were trying to get Devin Haney. I said, a lot of it always comes down to numbers. And then, when you're Tank, you've sold out arenas. You've shown how to see the line. You can pull over $1 million buys. And so now it's about Haney his resume stands for itself. He fought Bosis, Lomachenko. Now he comes back with this. He's come back with Regis. He's built a great resume. So now it's about, okay, well, does this produce numbers? And then it's about who's going to be the A side and who gets them. And that's what I think for anybody who says these fighters want to duck each other, they don't know anything about ducking. It basically just boils down to the money. Let's be honest. And then, so if they can get the money right, you'll see that fight.
I think another one that exactly what you said is, Canelo versus David. Absolutely. Kind of the fights that's looming over this weekend, kind of in a way, right? Do you think we see that, in the year coming?
I think now with that performance that he had over Demetrius Andre, it's like, okay, it's ready. Let's get it on. That's what it is. And listen, the guy here in Minneapolis too is looming right there. Morrell, and there's a reason why. Listen, some people may say, well, I don't know if he's known enough that I can put him on pay-per-view. Listen, fans want it. They just want to see good action. They want to see good fights. And so, it'll be on now the networks, whether it's be Amazon Prime or whomever, to make those
I saw you post recently, Showtime taking a break, but it didn't sound like it was like that's it, it's over. Right? Continue on.
We're going to continue on. Obviously, we had to deal with that comes to an end at the end of the break, and then we'll look to see where we can go. I think, whether it's DraftKings or whomever, look to get on another platform and then continue to pump it out. Because I know, fighters still want to do it. I know there's been some interest, so whomever comes right, it's like the fighters. That money's right.
That's right. The numbers are right. Man, we boxing needs more sparring, bro. They need more work. What do you see?
And I'm in fight shape. I'm so ready. Listen, if we can get 2 40-year-olds back in the ring, I can get in the ring too.
There's hope for us, brother. There's hope for us. Exactly. Brian, thank you for your time, brother. It's been a pleasure working with you all this time, man. And you know, going forward, we'll land on it.
Absolutely.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Mind if I get a photo with you, sir?
Sure.
Good stuff, Brian. Thank you, bro.
I have been taking this over